Hello and welcome to our next episode of Meet the Visionaries. Today I am here with our amazing vision therapy team. We've got Miss Annie, Diego, Josh, and Miss Mitzi. And if I am the heart of the practice, I have to say that this team is the soul of the practice. They are the ones back here in the therapy room, day after day, week after week, changing lives, working with their patients, and they're just some of the best people I know. So we're going to take a little time to get to know each one of them a little bit better. So today I'm here with our vision therapy team. Starting off, we're going to have Miss Annie here. She is the director of our vision therapy services. She's been with CVD for 6 years now, and the patients just love her, and I just love her. Miss Annie, could you tell us a little bit about your role here at CVD and what you do on a daily basis?
Yeah, of course. So I'm the director of vision therapy here. And what that means is I make sure all the vision therapy patients have a time slot on the regular vision therapy schedule. And then I help make sure all the vision therapists have the tools they need so that we can provide the best vision therapy care to our patients and families. And I just make sure that the vision therapy program is running really smoothly.
And she does do that. I can always count on her. So, Miss Annie, can you share with us what made you fall in love with vision therapy?
Yes, I love building people's confidence. And with building confidence, each week they are basically proving to themselves that they can do hard things and that their eyes and their brain and their body are working for them, not against them.
So on that, can you share with us maybe a particular patient who really gained confidence after they worked with you in vision therapy?
Definitely. There's one patient in mind. He's 8 years old, and he came in to vision therapy with, he was definitely shy, quiet, low confidence in general. And after working with me vision therapy, he is seeing 3D vision. He is just going after the things that he wants in life. He's in sports, trying new things all the time, and I've seen his confidence just bloom. He acts like a different person than when he started.
And again, that's where we see the lives changing. So most people may not equate vision with confidence, but it can translate into academic difficulties, not being very good at sports. And just by improving the basic vision skills, then we see the academics improve, and then they have the confidence to try out in sports. And when you're a 9-year-old boy, that can be a pretty big thing. So outside of being a vision therapist, Miss Annie, we'd like to know a little bit about you as a person. Do you have any favorite hobbies that you like?
Yes, I play volleyball every week, sand volleyball, and I love my pets. I have 2 dogs and a cat.
And what are their names?
Aerie is the cat. She just turned 17. And Louie and June are my 2 sweet dogs.
Oh, we all love dogs. What about your favorite color?
My favorite color is red, and I love the Kansas City Chiefs, which red's their color.
Well, we won't hold that against her. We're in Texas. But thank you for sharing that. Is there anything else you'd like to share just about yourself, about vision therapy, or just anything that you'd like people to know about your job or vision therapy in general?
Sure. I just think that vision therapy needs to be broadcasted across the world just because of how many people need the services. So 1 in 4 students in the classroom have a vision-related learning problem, and we just love to help those students reach their goals, gain confidence, and just kind of reach the potential that we know that they can achieve.
So now we're here with Miss Mitzi, another one of our amazing vision therapists. Mitzi is pretty much smiling 100% of the time. And that's one of her amazing qualities that I absolutely love. She also has a laugh that is infectious. I can often hear her laughing when I'm in my exam room or in my office, and it just makes me smile. So if nothing else, I know her patients, after they come in and work with her, they have to be in a better mood. You just can't not be. So Mitzi, what we would like to know is, what is your favorite thing about vision therapy?
My favorite thing is definitely connecting with the patients. Despite of whatever age they are or why they are here, I love being able to be with them and going through this process with them. That's my absolute favorite thing.
So besides your beautiful smile and the ability to turn people's frowns upside down, can you tell us one thing about yourself that you think makes you a great vision therapist?
So I definitely love providing and bringing in fun into the sessions. Sometimes a lot of children that come in here are tired from school, so they come after school, and I always try to make sure that they have fun while we're also working on their vision, as well as with patients that are having difficulties if they just had a traumatic brain injury. I want this to be a safe place for them, and so I bring a little bit of fun and light and laughter, like you mentioned.
So Mitzi, we've learned a little bit about you as a vision therapist. How about as a person? I know you're a mother. Would you like to share anything about your family life?
Of course. So I am a mother to a 4-year-old, and he's the best kid ever. I love him. So Christopher was actually not diagnosed with any deficiencies. However, he comes to vision therapy 1 time a week. And more than anything, we're doing this to strengthen those foundations. And he absolutely loves coming here.
So I'm here with Josh. He has been an amazing addition to our vision therapy team. My son has worked with Josh as his vision therapist. He actually started with Miss Annie and adored her and was very reluctant to change to any other therapist. But he had an opportunity to work with Josh 1 time, and after that, well, that was just it. He said, "Mom, do you think Miss Annie's feelings would be hurt if I just worked with Josh?" So I know as Josh's supervisor, as well as a parent from a vision therapy patient, the magic that he is able to work with his patients. Josh, would you like to share a little bit about your favorite thing regarding vision therapy?
Yeah, so one of my favorite things about vision therapy is the creative process. So with the wide range of patients that we see, not every patient is going to be the same that comes in. So each patient that I see, I feel like I have to change up my plans or different exercises to cater directly to them. That's one of my favorite things about VT.
And it's probably one of the reasons you're so good at it, because here at CVD, there is no one size fits all. All of the patients are very unique, even if they're coming in with similar diagnoses or similar symptoms. The way that we design the therapy programs are very customized, and they're constantly evolving and changing based on what the patient can handle during a session, the things they like to do, and the things that motivate them, especially with the kids. Josh, can you tell us about one of your favorite vision therapy activities?
Absolutely. So my favorite vision therapy activity is the vectograms. The vectograms for a lot of our patients are the first time that they get to explore a 3D space. By using their eyes and their brain together, they're able to see this image either float off in front of them or even float away from them. And it's always, especially that first time, it's always such a warming and exciting experience for me and for the patient as well.
So on that note, we know that you guys change lives every day. Can you share with us maybe a particular patient that touched your heart in watching them through their vision therapy journey?
Absolutely. I had one patient, he was 34 years old, and he had gone to multiple different doctors complaining about eye pain and other visual symptoms that he was experiencing, and no one could really give him an answer about what was going on. Ran different tests and really felt like he was at the end of his rope as far as what to do, and kind of just decided that this is what his life was going to be like. But that was all before he was able to find us. And so when he came in, had his evaluation, he felt like for the first time he was actually being heard. And the doctors gave him something that he could work with and that we could work on with him. And so I had the chance to work with them for a long period of time while he was working here. And from when he started to the very end, his change in outlook of his life and also just how he felt in his day-to-day life has been outstanding. So now not experiencing those symptoms anymore and be able to still continue to do the things that he loves, but even better now.
Excellent. You hit on a few good points that often go overlooked. A lot of times people will just learn to live with their vision difficulties, their pain. Maybe they've asked their primary care eye doctor and were told that there was nothing wrong with their vision. They had 20/20, or they didn't need glasses, or maybe it was just that they did need glasses, but those things still didn't address their underlying symptoms. And so it's important for people to know that there are treatments available. We don't have all the answers, but we do our best to try to find as many answers as we can and to fill in as many pieces of the puzzle that we possibly can. And I have mentioned before, but not only does it help with the quote unquote vision, but it affects your whole life, or it can. It can affect your mood, your disposition, your cognitive function, your family relationships. And so I often say in my mind, if we can just help our patients see better, then they can be better, they can do better, and ultimately they can live better. And that's really what we're all about.
Absolutely.
So we've learned a little bit about Josh as a vision therapist. Josh, can you tell us a little bit about Josh
Absolutely.
as the person?
Yeah. So I love spending time outside of work with my partner, with my friends and family as well. I have 3 cats at home. One is named Winnie, and then I also have Rowan and Willow as well. My partner and I have a large passion for taking care of animals. So there are a lot of times where we have more cats in our house, most of the time little baby kittens that we're taking care of. So I really love spending my time just spreading the love more, especially to our furry friends.
Great. So are you like a foster parent for these kitties?
Yes. So a lot of these kitties have either been abandoned by their moms or their moms may have passed away while they were still too young. So we take care of them between the 1 and 8 week mark, feeding them, making sure they're growing up just okay, getting all the medicines that they need, and then getting them ready for adoption afterwards.
Awesome. So now we know Josh not only changes the lives of his vision therapy patients, but also the lives and futures of little baby kitties. And so we thank you for that as well.
Absolutely.
So now we are here with Diego. He is the newest member of our vision therapy team, but you wouldn't know it. He has fit in so beautifully. It just seems like he's been here forever. So Diego, why don't you share with us, since you are the newest to our team, maybe some experiences that you've had that were just a little unexpected?
Man, I feel like having not come into vision therapy before, I didn't think there would be like that much to learn about. I figured at least vision was a lot of like just what a lot of people understand it as, getting glasses and needing prescription, but I never actually totally understood like the facts of needing our brains and our eyes to work together. And that whole component is huge in our development. and just how we live our day-to-day lives.
So Diego, since you have been working as a vision therapist, what is the most unusual case that you have encountered?
I would say the most unusual case that I've encountered was the one that we worked together on when it came to the individual who was unable to speak and who was unable to articulate their thoughts. And so you and I had to go ahead and actually monitor his brain waves and see how he was actually responding to certain stimuli, if his eyes were actually able to see them, and how his brain was responding to those kind of instances.
Yes. So Diego mentioned looking at the brain waves. So in addition to our developmental vision evaluations and getting subjective responses, meaning having the patient tell you what they see and give you data, we also have a number of technologies that we can use to obtain objective data. And one of them is called a visual evoked potential, or a VEP for short. And we often use this in our patients who have sustained a traumatic brain injury. We can use it in nonverbal patients as well as with infants. And we just attach some electrodes to the head and have them look at some visual targets. It records the activity in their brain, and it can give us a lot of information about the vision that way. So Diego, why don't you tell us what the coolest vision therapy activity you've learned is?
Oh man, I feel like a lot of the mirror fusion technology-based things that we use, here I'm gonna start over there. I feel like a lot of the mirror-based vision activities that we do is something very interesting to me, because I never figured that mirrors would be used in such a way where one eye is seeing one object and the other one's seeing another one. So we're able to see if our brain is actually understanding to fuse both images together, or if it just wants to ignore one of them. I know that's more of something that we think of a mirror just looking in the mirror every day, seeing our reflection, but we can actually use it in multiple different ways to make sure that our eyes are tuning each other.
That is exactly right. So to elaborate a little bit more on that, when you look around our vision therapy room, a lot of the items may look very familiar. We have a mini trampoline and hula hoops and jump ropes and mirrors, and some of it just might look like toys. We also have more advanced equipment like virtual reality and holographic images. We use literally hundreds of different activities each week with the various diagnoses that we're treating, but some of them are just as simple as a mirror.
And I feel like they're just as effective in some cases.
They are, and sometimes they're even more effective than all of the fancy equipment with the bells and whistles. We just get down to the basics, and the feedback that we can get is very empowering, and it helps our patients continue to move forward in their programs. So Diego, why don't we talk a little bit about you as Diego and not as Diego the vision therapist. Do you have any particular hobbies that you would like to share?
I very much have always enjoyed outdoor activities, whether it's running or rock climbing, something that I've always held dear to myself. On top of that, I've always been a huge dog fanatic. I grew up with 7 dogs, all named after Star Wars characters. And I just recently got a puppy about 2 months ago. So that's also been a whole different journey.
What kind of puppy?
She's a corgi.
Oh, and what's her name?
Her name is Porgy, so it has a P instead.
Porgy the corgi.
The reason why is in Star Wars, there's these little birds. They're called porgs. She looks exactly like one. So we named her after that one. I can show you a picture after this, just off the sidelines.
Yeah, I'd love to. Diego has actually also worked with my son as doing some testing. And through that encounter, I found out that you are a Pokemon
I am,
collector.
very much so, yes.
Yes, so he was definitely able to relate on that level with my son. They established an immediate bond. And now, in addition to Josh, Diego is my son's new best friend.
I will say, at least from my experience, like, I usually call it like geek culture, but in terms of like video games, trading cards and things like that, movies, superheroes, I feel like that's something that I've always held dear to myself. Whenever it comes to other people, whether it be people my age or other kids, I feel like it's pretty easy to get that instant connection with them because it's kind of something that kids or adults really don't get to talk to one another that often. So when they find someone who's very interested in it, it makes like their whole day. And so it's always fun to talk with those people.
Yes. Are you into sports at all?
I am. As I had mentioned, I love running and rock climbing. As a kid, I did recreational sports, whether it was like baseball, football, basketball. But as of recent, it's been more of just it's been more of like lift weights. Okay. It's been more of like lifting weights and doing cardio exercises by myself.
Do you have a favorite football team?
I do. My favorite football team is the Patriots, which also get a lot of scrutiny, as we were talking about that earlier. But the reason why is because my mother was a Tom Brady fan since when he first got into the draft. She didn't follow him because of who he became. She was always a Tom Brady fan. And seeing her week after week, Super Bowl after Super Bowl, how excited she was, that was always something that I'll have in my memory.
Okay. What about college football?
UT.
Finally, got some Longhorn support over here. Hook 'em.
As someone who's also from UT, I feel like it's kind of hard not to.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today with our Meet the Visionaries. As I hope you can see, we have an amazing team here. Collectively, our vision therapists have over 27 years of experience in helping people transform their lives through vision therapy. And I just hope that you've learned a little bit about what we do here today. And if you or anyone you know could possibly benefit from the things we have to offer, we're always here to help.